Hello, dear students. My name is Bankeshwar Panigrahi. So, today we are going to start a new topic, that is your time sharing operating system. So, in our last sessions, we have discussed about the different types of operating systems, that are batch processing operating system, multi-programming operating system, multi-processing operating system, and now today we are discussing another operating system, that is your time sharing operating system. So in time sharing operating system, the more than one users can share the resources of a computer system among themselves. And they are executing their jobs by sharing the resources of a single computer system. Okay. So that is called as the time sharing operating system. So many users or multiple users can share a single system resources, but they feel that they are using their own system, or they are the exclusive users of the systems. Okay. They don't feel like that they all are sharing a single system's resources among themselves, like memory, CPU, okay, and the other peripherals. Those are surroundings of the computer system. All the resources, they are shared with themselves. Okay. So that's why it is called as the time sharing operating system. So why a term is using here, that is time sharing. So what is the meaning of time sharing? So when the multiple users are using a single system resources, so the multiple users having their own workload or having their own jobs by them, and they are want to execute their own jobs by the help of the single system resources. So at the meantime, the operating system fixes or gives a time share. So what type of time share? The execution time, the total execution time of a CPU can be shared by the multiple users who are using the resources of that system. And when one system or one user starts execution their jobs, he or she will continue their job executing until the time expires. Okay, until the time expires, which is given by the operating system. After the time expires, immediately the control or the system resources control will transfer their neighbor system, which is situated in a clockwise manner, okay, or in a clockwise direction. Okay. So here the execution of the jobs are in a clockwise fashion. So here also 3 states are there to execute the jobs: ready state, running state, as well as waiting state. Okay. So when one job starts its execution, or when one user starts its execution, then that user is in running state, and the current neighbor of that job, who is situated in the clockwise direction, is in the ready state. That means when the control or when the time slot expires of that running state job, then the control will automatically transfer to the current neighbor, who is situated in the clockwise direction. So that's why A or C is in ready state, and all the users who are shares the computer resources are available, they all are in waiting state. Okay. So 3 states are using here. They are ready state, running state, waiting state, as we are using in our multi-programming systems. Okay. So when the time slot will expire, then one user can give the control back to their current neighbor, okay, who is situated in the clockwise direction. Okay. So because of here, that execution time is also shared by the different multiple users who are executing their own jobs or multiple jobs. That's why this is called as the time sharing operating system. Okay. So let's go through the notes regarding the time sharing operating system for our more understanding. A time sharing system allows many users to share the computer resources simultaneously. In other words, time sharing refers to the allocation of computer resources and time slots to several programs simultaneously. For example, a mainframe computer that has many users logged on to it. Each user uses the resources of the mainframe, that is memory, CPU, etc. That means here the resources are memory and CPU. These are the resources for the computer system. Next point is, the users feel that they are exclusive user of the CPU, even though this is not possible with one CPU that is shared among different users. So the time sharing systems were developed to provide an interactive use of the computer system. A time shared system uses CPU scheduling and multi-programming to provide each user with a small portion of a time shared computer. That means that the scheduling, CPU scheduling means before executing the job, the operating system first prepares a routine or a batch or a queue where the operating system takes the jobs and arranging the jobs in a order or in a sequence order. Okay, so that preparing the order is known as the CPU scheduling. So before execution, a queue is maintained by the operating system, that is called the CPU scheduling. And multiprogramming, as we have discussed in our previous topic, that is multiprogramming means more than one programs can be executed by a single system. That is called as the multiprogramming concept, to provide each user with a small portion of time shared computer. That means here two types of techniques are used. That is multiprogramming technique also used because one computer resource is shared among the multiple users. This is also one type of multiprogramming concept. And the CPU scheduling means here also the operating system fixes the queue or maintains a queue which is having the three states, that is ready state, running state, and as well waiting state, as like multiprogramming concept. So that's why these two techniques are also a part of the time shared computer system. It allows many users to share the computer resources simultaneously. As the system switches rapidly from one user to the other, a short time slot is given to each user for their execution. As I have told you, a time slot will be fixed among each user. Okay. If the time slot will expire, then the control is automatically jumps to the immediate neighbor who is present at the clockwise direction of the running job. Okay. So the time sharing system provides the direct access to a large number of users, where CPU time is divided among all the users on scheduled basis. The operating system allocates a set of time to each user. Okay. So when this time slot is expired, it passes control to the next user on the system. As I told you, the time allowed is extremely small and the users are given the impression that they each have their own CPU and they are the sole owner of the CPU. So this short period of time during that a user gets attention of the CPU is known as the time slash or the time quantum. Okay. So the time is provided among the multiple users is called as the time slash or time quantum. So the concept of time sharing system is shown in the figure below. So this is the figure for the time sharing system, where this is the CPU and these are the multiple jobs. Okay. Here user 5 is now in active state, where user 6 is the immediate neighbor of user 5 and it is also present in clockwise direction, because here the direction indicates the working fashion of the time sharing operating system. Okay. So how the time sharing operating system works? Operating system works in a clockwise fashion. Okay. That's why user 5 is now executing by the CPU. That means the user 5 is in active state and the user 6, who is the immediate neighbor of user 5, then user 6 is in ready state and all the users 1, 2, 3 and 4 are in waiting state. Okay, that means after the time slot will expire from the user 5, the control is automatically passed to the clockwise fashion user 6. Okay, who is already actives the link. Okay, so then after the time slot will expire from user 6, then it will automatically jump to the user 1, then user 2, then user 3 and then user 4. Then again it comes back to the user 5. Okay. So this is the working fashion of the, what is that? Time sharing operating system. So in above figure, the user 5 is active but user 1, 2, 3 and 4 are in waiting state, whereas user 6 is in ready status, as I told you. Okay. As soon as the time slot of user 5 is completed, the control moves on to the next ready user, that is user 6. So in this state, user 2, 3, user 4 and user 5 are in waiting state and user 1 is in ready state. Okay. So the processes continues in the same way and so on. So the time served systems are more complex than the multi-programming systems, because there in the multi-programming system we are using the more than one programs can be executed by the single computer. But here the more than one users who are having their own jobs can be shared by a single system resource. That means a single system resource can be shared by the multiple users who are having their own jobs. Okay, that's why it is more complicated than the multi-programming system. Okay, so in time-shared systems, multiple processes are managed simultaneously, which requires an adequate management of main memory so that the processes can be swapped in or swapped out within a short time. Okay, so this is swapped in and swapped out. We have to discuss in our coming classes about the swapping technique. Okay, there we have to clear the facts on swapped in and swapped out principle. Okay, so note is given here that the term time sharing is no longer commonly used. It has been replaced by multitasking system. That means here we can also call it as the multitasking system also. Okay. So next is the advantages and disadvantages. So requirements of time sharing operating system. A alarm clock mechanism to send an interrupt signal to the CPU after every time slot expires. Okay, is required for the time sharing operating system. And the memory protection mechanism to prevent one job's instruction and data from interfering with other jobs. These two are required for the time sharing operating systems. What are the advantages? Each task gets an equal opportunity. That means here no priority is used. So simultaneously one after another system are used the computer resources. So less chances of duplication of software. Okay. So CPU idle time can be reduced, obviously, because here CPU never be idle, because if one job is executing, after the time slot will expire, it will not wait for the next job, it jumps automatically to the next job. Okay, that's why CPU idle time also be reduced. What are the disadvantages? Reliability problem is one of the disadvantages is there, and one must have to take of security and integrity of user programs and data. Next, data communication problem is also a factor. The disadvantages or drawbacks of the time sharing system. Okay, so this is all about the time sharing system. I hope you understand this session. You go through it, and if you have any doubts, then you can contact me anytime. Thank you.